This is Jerry Shang, and at 19, he's one of the most promising tennis talents in the world right now. He rose to a ranking of 192 in the world at age 17, and for reference, Carlos Alcaraz was ranked 141st at the same age. He started off 2024 beating world number 16 Francis Tiafoe in straight sets on his way to make the semi-final of the ATP 250 in Hong Kong, which took him to a career high right now of 112 in the world. And today we're going to find out what happens when you match up an aspiring pro with a ranking of around 2000, which is me, against a future star of tennis who's making waves in the pro game, ranked 112, and let's just say the level was insane. So the first thing we worked on was consistency through the middle and crosses, basically setting out some cones, and it's whoever hits it first. You know, I was really kind of taken aback by how consistently Jerry was able to just put the ball kind of in the corner, but also in the court. You know, I was working so hard and it seemed like he was just kind of taking it easy, you know, on the other side, which was just insane. And we did that on the forehand side and the backhand side. For me, going into his forehand was really tough. You know, he seemed to be just having such an easy time, like a warm-up for him, and I was working pretty hard. From there, we moved on to some more movement-based stuff, 2 cross, 2 line. Basically, one person stuck in the corner. You can see here Jerry moving me around, and I just have to go everything to that one corner. For me, this was kind of quite a tough task. You know, I'd have to really focus and put every single ball exactly kind of where it needs to be, especially, you know, didn't want to seem like a bad player, you know. Jerry coming forwards, closing it off, and then we did the same thing for him. I'm of course moving him around with the forehand side. He almost made it look too easy, and it was frustrating kind of being on court. I was totally gassed kind of after every rally, and you know, he's having like an afternoon stroll. So that was the biggest thing that kind of stood out to me, is just the efficiency of hitting the ball, which was really insane. But I did also feel like, you know, I was playing pretty good tennis this day, and I was excited to kind of see where the session would go.
I'm dead. Side to side got me different. He hits it so clean. Unreal.
We then moved into some out of the hand points, starting to get a little bit competitive. Here I kind of wanted to show my biggest weapon, my forehand, and use that as much as possible to try and win some points. And to be honest, I was feeling really good, and I actually felt that kind of out of the hand points, I stood a decent chance. I think though, once he started moving me around, I began to leak a few errors. I think out of the corners he was so solid and really able to just move the ball so well that it almost forced me to try and play out of my comfort zone. But I think sometimes that also brings out the best in my shots, especially on that forehand side. And this was intense, but it was nothing compared to the points we played later on in the video. Hour and 20 minutes into the session, we started warming up some serves. He was very focused on every single serve to try and make it count, which is something that I've especially been working on as well, not just hitting serves for the sake of hitting serves. We warmed up both sides. I was warming out that slider tee because I knew that would be one to maybe catch him out, and also getting him wide off the court to try and serve and volley. Also guys, less than 50% of you that watched last week's video are actually subscribed. So if you enjoy this content and want to see more of it, go down there, smash that subscribe button, and let's get back to the video.
So I'm joined here by Jerry. I actually watched him play in, was it Hong Kong, where he played Rublev? Yes. Which was absolutely joking. I struggle when I play like a 3-hour match, like in some UTR event. So like the levels there is insane. So I'm just going to be asking him a few questions. Obviously you played Australian Open. Didn't you play Junior Wimbledon as well? You've like played on the biggest courts in the world. What would you say would be your favourite court that you've played on in terms of like the experience, the atmosphere?
Ooh, that's a tough one, because Wimbledon Court 1 was pretty cool as a junior. I mean, I was 16 years old and they put me there. I was just so excited to be on. But this year Rod Laver was probably one of the best experience I've had on one of the biggest courts in tennis. So one of those two would be my favorite.
And also thank you to the sponsor of today's video, Swing Vision, which I use to track my practice sessions and matches. I'll leave a link in the description where you can go and check them out. Alright, so here we go, into the point, me versus Jerry. We decided to play 4 games, 2 service games each, followed by a tiebreak if it was 2-all. So I definitely wanted to try and at least get it to 2-all. You can see me here, pretty ballsy start coming forward to the net, really trying to hit my spots. And for some reason, I played really well. Everything was firing. I felt super confident. Maybe it was the hour and a half of kind of consistency work that we've been doing, but I felt really loose, and I really kind of wanted to show what I had and see where my skills matched up on a good day against a guy who's, you know, pushing the top 100 and probably maybe top 50 by the end of the year. You can see Jerry really trying to be aggressive into my backhand corner, me getting an error there and going up 40-15 in my first service game. Again, that serve tee working so well. And I get my first service game on the board. His service game rolled around, of course, with a lefty. I was conscious he's probably going to go into my backhand side, so I tried to stand a little bit further over. I, you know, get a point there, managed to get it up to his high backhand smash. That's always where you want to aim when they're at the net if you're trying to lob them. Managed to put in a great backhand return there, nice and deep. You can see him here straight away stepping in. He's almost on the baseline on these balls, of course moving back when I'm putting the pressure on, and I am putting the pressure on with some good shots. Kind of opting for that kind of dink slice, and again, and where I want to be here on the forehand, pushing him into his backhand side. And just the depth and everything, moving the ball really well. Definitely trying to step onto that backhand as much as possible, getting off the court. But as you can see there, that defensive forehand is what I was talking about. He's so on it. And again there, just forcing the error through pressure. And again, they're following it up with the ace. So that just consistent barrage of defense almost working as a form of offense. And up here, 40-30 for a chance to take this game. Nice and early forehand, taking it, going back behind. And I can't quite get that.
Next question. What would be your go-to cheat meal?
I think since I'm traveling all the time, I'll go with pizza. I mean, Italian food are
too good. My mum's Italian, so pizza for me as well. In terms of like when you're traveling and you're flying to all of these events, how do you like manage like jet lag in your training and stuff? Do you have any like specific like routines or habits that you like to have?
For me, I think jet lag is very tough. I struggle sleeping on the plane. Flying from Florida to Australia, the jet lag is just crazy, like 30-something hours.
Insane.
But I do a light jog, obviously, when I get to the place, and I try to be active, circulate, and maybe go for a swim. Some players do that, but for me, it's just jogging is my favorite, and I think that gets the jet lag pretty quick.
And so changing sides for 1-all, I was definitely more nervous in this service game because it was actually a chance to get it to 2-all as a guarantee kind of thing and secure the tiebreak. So potentially this game, nerves slightly higher. You can see there just putting that ball wide, giving myself a 15-love head start in this service game. I think the body serve was also working well, but as you can see, he can kind of deal with a lot of things. He was definitely targeting my backhand side, but when I get it on the forehand, I had to really put some pressure on and get the ball nice and deep. The one thing that I was able to do was keep that width and depth, which usually isn't as high, so kind of just overplaying there slightly, but in the rally, that was the only kind of thing holding him back. Otherwise, I would have been totally on the back foot. You can see him here going 30-15 up, really putting the pressure on. I'm completely scrambling. Managed to just dink out that smash return. Try, why not come into the net? And he manages to put away a ridiculous passing shot. I think I did most of the things right in that point, but I go 2 break points down here already. And I'm playing some great tennis. That's just an outrageous return there from Jerry. But again, getting on that forehand side, really injecting the pace and taking a little bit of a risk. You always have to take a little bit of a risk against better players. But again, facing another break point down here, clutch serve out wide to bring it back to deuce. I was 100% trying here. I was so locked in. I was focused. I was giving it kind of everything I had. Crazy defense there from Jerry off that low slice, taking that ball nice and early on that backhand side. Changing it line to my backhand, putting it a little bit too central for my liking, and just overhooking it there on that backhand. Trying to go nice angle, just not enough spin to bring it down.
Obviously, like in juniors, you don't get any prize money, right? And the men's, you get a lot more prize money. Was there like when you got your like first paycheck, other than like your kind of coaching team and stuff, was there anything that you bought personally which you were like, damn, that is so cool?
No, not really. For me, I just don't think about it too much.
Saving it
I
up.
Enjoy playing.
Yeah, that's the most important thing.
Yeah, I mean, the first 2 years, even now, I don't think about the prize money that much. Just more maybe the points or getting to play bigger matches.
I don't think about it either because I make like $100 a match, so I don't have to worry about those problems. So we're in the same boat actually, we're more relatable than we thought.
So now it's Jerry's chance to take it to a tiebreak here. 15-love start, Jerry putting in a solid serve. I think his serving was super clutch, and usually I don't get aced that much or many unreturnable serves, but he was doing a great job of just forcing them out of me kind of thing. So here we decided, let's play a 5-point tie break to decide who wins the session. It was all or nothing. And I said to myself here, look, just try and be as aggressive as possible. I wanted to try and come to the net in this rally. That slice there, trying to ghost in, but again, a bit too central. Trying to find the forehand, go inside in. I was looking for a chance to come forward. There it is. Cheeky little drop shot. He's managed to lob me super quick. I've gone for the hot dog, and he's read it, he's there, maybe needed to go for the pass. So of course the mini breakdown on serve, not the way we wanted to start it, but again, still not losing hope here. I think the one thing I felt was almost like Jerry raised his level here in this kind of tiebreak bit. He just refused to miss, let's just say it like that. And, you know, with me being already a little bit nervous, I think I began to kind of second guess some of my shots because I almost felt like I needed to be too good, and he just began to play unreal. Here we are, match point. Again, still playing some very high level tennis, but those deep balls taking me off the court. Managed to play a great defensive ball. He goes crazy whip angle. Managed to get back into the point here. Opens the court up, finishing volley. Just wide in my opinion. He thought he's won. I thought it was out. My coach behind the court thought it was out. He's already shaking hands. What's going on? I've then kind of gone over to say, look, I think it was out, basically. However, I managed to get a point, which means I didn't get bageled in this tiebreak. And so here he's now serving at 4-1 to try and take this tiebreak. And there it is. Unfortunately, do end up losing this tiebreak, but a great session with Jerry, a great guy, and insane to see where the level's at.
Thanks for the session, thanks for answering some questions for us. Go follow Jerry on Instagram, go rack up his followers. Next time I come back to IMG, we'll play like a set. How many likes does the video have to get for us to play a set?
Let's go for 20.
20k, 20k, you heard it here, 20k likes, and well, yeah, we'll play a set against Jerry. But thanks for your time.
Thank you.
Good to talk to you. Nice.